Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Amon Gabar, and it's a quick update lesson. Lord willing to edify and feed the limbs of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua through the Holy Spirit Rakakwadash. Alright, now this is a quick update, some information that I just ran across, right? Pretty much, it says, why the hell did Democrats just extend the Patriot Act? Alright, now this is new. This happened, I believe, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. November 20th, 2019. But the Patriot Act was implemented during 2001. All right, after 9/11, after September 11th attack, it was implemented, Patriot Act, which is pretty much, I'm going to get into what it is, so you brothers can understand better. But to give you a quick update, the Patriot Act was just extended. And let me read this real quick. Why the hell did the Democrats just extend the Patriot Act? It may seem to many Americans that Washington is entirely consumed by the impeachment inquiry, which is about, Donald Trump, right? And this impeachment thing that's going on right now. And that no other important business is getting done on Capitol Hill. But on Tuesday, in a break from televised hearing, the House of Representatives voted to fund the government through December 20th. If passed by the Senate, the continuing resolution will prevent a government shutdown and foretell a debate about border wall funding. That's all good. That's all well and good, except that Democratic leaders had slipped something else into the bill, a 3-month extension of the Patriot Act, the post-9/11 law that gave the federal government sweeping surveillance and search power and circumvented traditional law enforcement rules. Key provisions of the Patriot Act were set to expire on December 15th of this year, right? December 15th, that's approaching. It says, including Section 215, the legal underpinning of the call detail records program exposed in the very first Edward Snowden leak. All right. So let me stop here for a minute. All right. So this Patriot Act was extended. All right. It was set to expire December 15th and it was extended. OK, I believe on another article that I read, it was extended for 3 months. All right. It was extended for 3 months. And I was also watching Dabu 777, all right, and he made mention of the 3-month extension. Now let me go to, hold on one second. Let me go to the Patriot Act, right? It says the U.S. Patriot Act. The purpose of the USA Patriot Act is to deter and punish terrorist acts in the United States and around the world. Section 314 helps the law enforcement identify, disrupt, and prevent terrorist acts, money laundering activities by encouraging further corporations among the law enforcement regulators and financial institutions to share information. The purpose of the Patriot Act, USA Patriot Act, is to deter and punish terrorist acts in the United States and around the world. So let's talk about Section 314 helps law enforcement identify, disrupt, and prevent terrorist acts. All right, now it's not coincidental that, these people, while this impeachment thing is happening with Trump, all right, I believe it's day 5, if I'm not mistaken, this impeachment thing is going on and they slipped in a extension on the Patriot Act. All right. So the Patriot Act allows the government to do the things that I just read. All right. Surveil, punish terrorism and all of that. Now, when you hear the word surveil, you think about tracking, RFID, microchip tracking, because that's what's going to be the new surveillance in the near future to come. I'm not saying it's going to happen in that 3 months, but they can put a bill. Esau could definitely make a bill within that time space, to try to further set this thing in place. All right, or maybe something can happen within this 3 months or in this time period extension within the Patriot Act that allows these elites to do something. And also with that, you have Trump, right? They're trying to impeach Trump. It's not by coincidence. Now, I looked this up, and I used to, I heard this many times and looked it up for myself years ago. We used to talk about it a lot. Elder Taz Dakba used to bring this up back on 34th Street a lot. But during martial law, a president has the power to implement martial law. It says martial law in the United States. It says on a federal level, only the president has the power to impose martial law. In each state that the governor has the right to impose martial law within the borders of the state, the ability to suspend habeas corpus is related to the imposition of martial law. Now, martial law is when the military patrols and take place of the police force, all right? Which habeas corpus prevents that from happening. So martial law will prevent or will suspend habeas corpus, all right, and allow the military to take over. Now, let's say something do happen within this 3 months, all right, and Donald Trump implements martial law. Somehow, let's just hypothetically speak, right? Let's extrapolate. That would mean that he would have to stay in office, all right, because he's the one who declared martial law, all right. He cannot be impeached after that, okay? Point blank, period. So, can a president be removed from office during war? This is another thing. Let's say it says the Tyler president established that if a president dies, resigns, or removed from office, the vice president becomes president. If declaration is done by the president, he may take control back without risk of being overridden by Congress. So the president, as is written in paper, has the power to pretty much, pull the strings, so to speak. All right. If war is implemented under his presidency, martial law is implemented under his presidency, so, with Esau and these people in Congress extending this this Patriot Act, a lot of things can happen within that time. They don't just do things for no reason. All right, they don't just do things for no reason. Okay, so that's something to look out for. That's definitely something to look out for. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Okay, Satan, we know Satan is Esau, Edom. All right, according to the Bible. All right, he is the one that's putting these things, setting these things up. All right, through the Spirit of the Lord, of course, he's setting these things up, and we're not ignorant of his next and every move. All right, we know that what's his agenda. We know what's his goals, and everything that he's doing. We watching to see if that's gonna affect, prophecy, which everything ties into prophecy anyway. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Now, with all these things happening, and also Esau trying to censor us or completely take us off of YouTube. These are all major things all happening at once. And plus the so-called holidays is coming up. You got so-called Thanksgiving, that's next week. And then you got so-called Christmas, that's the following month, December. And then you have New Year's right after that. So a lot of you people are going to be distracted when something goes down. All right. A lot of you people are going to be distracted. So this is just some quick information that I just, came across on. And, I wanted to knock it out before I head out to work. So anyway, with that, brothers, just keep an eye out for that. Until next time, I say shalom.